fell into it, I suppose, like most people do. I started in affiliate marketing in 2006, so 20 years ago this year. I joined when it was called Affiliate Window then. I joined as an account manager. That guy over there hired me, which was, and I started. I knew nothing about the industry. I knew nothing about digital marketing. I was very lucky. I started at a time when affiliate marketing and the digital industry was going through a lot of growth, grew the company and just carried on from there, really. There isn't one single one. I tell you what, obviously, advertisers make the industry go round to a large degree, right? They're the people that bring the budget, they're the people that pay the bills. Anytime you can bring an advertiser, a new brand into the industry, you can help an advertiser to understand what affiliate marketing can do to benefit their business is a proud moment. And I think, particularly in my early career, we got a lot of opportunity to do that. When I first started doing affiliate marketing, probably about, if you looked at the IMG top 30 brands, probably about 5 of them did affiliate marketing. Now all 30 of them do. And I think that is probably, when I look back, that's one of the proudest moments. And I look down that list of brands and, a good few of them, I was lucky enough to be involved in bringing them to affiliate marketing for the first time. So that's definitely a proud moment. Not AI. So it's interesting, isn't it? I think I haven't read all the predictions. I think one thing that I think people will say is, the AI or LLMs will drive growth. I don't necessarily believe that. I think people probably misunderstand, that what you're really seeing is a change in the way people discover things on the internet, moving from search to AI. I don't think that's necessarily where the industry should be looking to for growth. Certainly not immediate growth. I think in the longer term, the way people discover things on the internet and how that will change over the next 5 years will be fundamentally transformational to our industry. In the next year, I think the growth will come from any partner that really owns its audience. And what I mean by that is, a lot of affiliates and partners get their traffic from search, and that traffic, that discovery is changing quite significantly, and those partners and affiliates, are going to need to change their business models, I think. Any partner that really owns their audience, logged in audience, closed user groups, cashback, loyalty, blue light card, those partners are going to continue to drive a lot of growth, because audience ownership in an era where discovery on the internet is changing quite significantly will be an increasingly important currency. So that's where I think the growth will come from over the next year. People are talking about how traffic generation is changing. I think that's the biggest trend. The biggest trend is, if you're an affiliate partner, you generated a lot of your traffic on searches for the best trainers, you're not generating that same kind of traffic anymore, because when you run those searches on Google, you're getting AI overviews, you're getting that content in a fundamentally different way. So that conversation is probably the conversation I had the most with advertisers at the moment. I would say the way, how the clicks are the bedrock of how you measure the industry, right? Clicks are how we measure engagement. Clicks are not going to be how we measure engagement in the future, because people don't click on things on the internet like they used to. So, that trend, that evolving trend, you've probably heard other people say this, that tracking and how we track and does it work, does it not work, has been this sort of ongoing been this ongoing conversation for a long time. I actually think what people should be talking about is, if you don't have clicks, how do you measure engagement? And I think that will be, the talking point, I think, over the next 2 years. That will be the thing that the industry really has to work out and solve. And not just our industry, like search, those kind of industries, even, Meta and social ads to a degree, although they're not measured, necessarily on clicks. Click has always been that store of engagement in the industry, and that's going away pretty rapidly. So, I think, what we're going to be talking about in a year's time, probably that.